Hello, I'm back. I went over seen the grandkids today. Brought them their presents, and well, the ones that I had, they already had some of them, but brought them some more. And those kids just played with them all the afternoon. It was they like what they got, but is anybody? Yeah, I've been saying that this treasure hunt is probably a contest, and going along with what Troy Barlow says about the proxy. The proxy's the archaeology. That didn't get hot enough yet. I wanted to get my tea before I started streaming. Oh, I took a Tylenol. I got a headache that's trying to get me. I'm gonna have to take something more. Blue bottle, white pills, no blue pills. Take 2 of these to stop migraines. Seems when I don't eat my regular diet, I get a headache. But his will is hidden. Have you seen where? Can anybody figure out where his will is hidden in the poem? It's in the poem. I don't drink a whole lot. It takes 2 or 3 days to drink this. The reason I get 2-liter bottles is it's got a cap. And if you live in an RV and you get soda cans, they in the summer and stuff, the bees come in. The other thing, with a cap on it, knock it over, it don't spill. I guess I could have done it with my tea because it's cool. But I found his will is in the poem. There'll be no, there will be no, there'll, he hid it, he hid the W-E. He said we, or W-I-L, I guess, okay, the we, he hid the we. The W-I is we, hey, maybe? So, oh good, my gas generator's running out of gas, and I can hear the wind one starting up. But it's, I got back here from seeing the grandkids. It was 29 degrees inside here. The dirt here, it's always in the we and the I. Yeah, we and I, will. He put that apostrophe. There will be no. There will be no. That apostrophe ILL. That replaces the word will. WILL. So his will is in the poem. There'll be no. And I believe it's like right in the middle. Right in the middle. Me in the middle. Me, I, we. All right in the middle. Where's my book? Oh, it's right behind me. Had it on my seat. After I'm done, after all this is over, I'm gonna have to get a new book. This one's gonna fall apart, but I end up with the treasure. This book will end up worth quite a bit too. Yeah. Right in the freaking middle. 2, 3, yeah. It's like one line off the middle of the poem. His will is right in the middle of the poem. And the other thing I went and did, since and I've only got this part way done. I'll go through what I've got here. I only started kind of in the middle of the poem. Not quite in the middle of the poem, because I think Will was down in there. I got past Will. I didn't finish the end of it. But he said he looked at every word that's in the poem, he looked up in the dictionary. Okay? To seek. Okay, and so I'm going to start with leave my trove for all to seek. And I started with seek is what I have the descriptions for. And what you do is you read the descriptions and not the poem, kind of. To try to discover the solutions of a problem prior to a specified or implied past, present, or future time by this time previously. Recognize as being the same as something previously known. I have doomed to failure, defeat, or death. He's done. I've done. Doomed to failure, defeat, or death. He's done. That's a cough. That's not a laugh. But that's what I was saying. You know, he knows his end is near. He doesn't know when. Nobody knows when. Doomed to failure, defeat, or death. It drained of strength and energy, fatigue, often to the point of exhaustion. That was for tired. And in the time immediately before the present, now. Okay? Deficient in the usual required ingredients, used as a substitute for preceding clause to give listening to legal arguments in me as much as possible. Give ear to having everything desired or required, content and not waiting or needing or do anything further of relating to you. Of or relating to you. A serious attempt, a legal declaration of a person's wishes regarding. There's will there too. Will. A legal declaration of a person's wishes regarding the disposal of his or her property or estate after death. Who he's going to give title to. Effort will. So there's will is in there twice. After that, to have a specified qualification or characterization, the value of something measured by its qualities or by the esteem in which it is held, marked by a lack of the warmth of normal human emotion, friendliness, or compassion. That's cold. On the assumption that you, or the only being addressed, the one being addressed, a unit, R is a unit equal to 100 square miles. ARE is a unit equal to 100 square meters is an R. ARE. Area, a unit of area equal to 100 square meters. One with mental or moral strength to face danger, fear, or difficulty, and to be toward some destination or particular place. Okay, so I've gotten that. I did. That's from seek until in just before the wood. You need a horse. Okay, now I'll go read some of this. Listen to music at 432 megahertz. There's another frequency that you want to have an astral projection, you know. See, Forrest Fenn is like, and if you read a lot of the poem and the Emerald Tablets of Thoth, I mean, it's like he gets some of that from the book about the light and the, you know, finding finding his secret passage and stuff, the halls of Amenti, and all that stuff. Sanidad, he choose. Yeah, yeah. It's one reason I'm in. By the way, I'm in Facebook jail. They put me in Facebook jail for a post from like 4 years ago. Before we made new rules and we're using them 4 years back. But I think it was that Dave's not here, man. Yeah, Dave's not here, man. Dave's not here. That's a moderator on Joe Lewinsky's page. Lewicki, yeah, his page. He has this moderator. His name Dave is not here, man. That is a fake name if I ever seen one. Straight out of Cheech and Chong. But I reported him because he's gone and blocked me from posting in the group and put me on timeouts and just to be an asshole. Nothing I did wrong. He's done that to me, And so I brought that up. I unblocked him so that I could go report him to Facebook, because I removed my post from his group and everything, because I don't like a lawyer lets a guy with a fake name like that, who's treating other searchers like shit, he lets him be a moderator? Now, Joel, you can do better than that. And then Joel gets on my case because I say, hey, he threw shit on me. I'm throwing it back. You throw shit on me, I'm going to throw it back. People think they can throw shit at me and I have no recourse. I do have a recourse. I throw it back. Where's it? Yeah. And then I told Facebook, I said, look, last time you put me in Facebook jail and timeout so I couldn't post nothing or say nothing to anybody. You can't even message. You can't even use Messenger. If I was here dying, having a heart attack, and you needed some kind of way to read, if that was the only channel, they don't give a shit, man. They cut off your communications. Yeah. It was a Facebook post. I got the meme on my computer because I made it probably, but there was a picture of a nuclear bomb, and it was like, problems in the Middle East, how to solve the problems, and Becca, boop. But yeah, religion going around. It was back when they were cutting the heads off of Christians and putting it on Facebook, That was okay, but you can't say nuke Mecca, No one likes comedy anymore. No, they don't. And when I complained to him, I said, Zuckerberg for prison at the end. I said, I hope the federal government takes over your corporation and restores freedom of speech. That's a casa. Bill, mi casa es de ti casa. My home is your home. Is that maybe what that says? Yeah. If you I'm pretty sure the reason I got put in Facebook jail, Dave Not There Man came over to look through my page to see if there was anything he could report. And so now I took my page and I told, everything's friends only. No public stuff on my thing. No, you can't, yeah, I post friendly things, but when somebody throw poop at me, I'd throw it back. Let's just say they don't have a sense of humor anymore. Yeah, oh, man, my head. My neck is, crack. You can report that you ordered a pizza. These people have too much time on their hands. Yeah. Thanks, Rob. So, yeah, I was doing this thing with a poem where, it's, I was picking the description from the words, and it's like, oh, this should fit there. And when it just reads right through from one, because I have one word on each line in column A, and then column B is just a little border. Column C, I got the meanings, and then I have column D, other meanings, and then I'll put other words that are similar. I'll continue the spreadsheet out, and so I have a spreadsheet of all the descriptions of the words and the. I got 21 bone spurs in my neck. They quit counting them in my T-spine. And I took some sumatriptophan. That's relaxing stuff. Oh, it's migraine medicine. Crack goes my neck. And always check your quarters. I just pulled some out of my car. I'm gonna check your quarters. Ooh, well, that's a new one. For silver, the 1964s. 1992. Nope. 1991. Oh, those two go together. Phew. Yeah, I got my grandson a little Hot Wheels like track thing with two loops. Well, it wasn't a Hot Wheels. It was an off-brand, but it was the same scale and all that, So I got that and got him 5 extra Hot Wheels cars and I got granddaughter's things, something kitties, and they were in a milk carton, and it's like the kitties were buried in Play-Doh, and it's like, what the heck? But she loved it, whatever. And the other one, the Grumbles thing I showed you, and she learned that. Oh, watch this, you fart. So, yeah, that's it. That came out really interesting. How that, how you can read the descriptions and not the words, and it comes out basically the same as the poem, but it has more detail. One word turned into 6 words. Things like that, and so the poem would become extra long there. But it's going to be interesting. I got to get to the end. I was up late. It was like 2 o'clock in the morning. I will do another word, because it was getting interesting. But I had to get to sleep because I had to get up and hit the road this morning. And it was snowing going over the pass, going there, and snowing when I got home, but there's no snow on the ground. And it's, when I went over the pass, I looked at the thermometer, the radio in the car has a temperature, -9 on La Vida Pass. And I got home, it was 11 degrees. It's 9.7 now. And it was 29 degrees inside, and I've had the heater on since and it's up to 38.5 now. So I'm sitting in 38.5 right now. By the way, happy New Year, Happy New Year. So yeah, now let's have the other searchers. Or Sean to do what? Why is the word "will" in the poem twice? There will be there'll be and the word "will." Yeah. Your effort will be worth the cold. The will and the worth the cold is waiting for him to pass away. So I'm pretty, I don't know. I don't think anybody's gonna get. See, because when he says when he shot down out of his plane, he had to take 3 pictures. You have to collect 3 pictures of ancient artifacts. I'm way beyond that, from this area that he's describing. He'd like to see some Egyptian gods and things like that, and that's what I've done. Yeah, he is inside. He's on the bed. Jack's on the bed. Yeah, he doesn't. When it's that cold, he goes out and pees, and he's right back at the door wanting back in. And there was something out there he was growling at, so he wanted in. Millions off that lesson. But I do like the idea that his will for certain things could be in his memoir. It is interesting. Yeah. The word "will" is in there. And you got to look up every word that's in the poem. Try what I'm doing here, Sean. Go through each word and get the description read out for each word. Something that you think fits, and then read through it. It comes out wow, because you're reading the description of each word in order of the poem, and it's basically the same thing. I like this part. Okay, for tropes are all to see, right at the beginning. To seek, try to discover and then I don't have the description for but answers. So try to discover answers, solutions to a problem. Solutions of a problem. I could mean eyeball, whatever. Already is prior to a specified or implied past, present, or future time. So, people have gone through and talked about one word at a time, but if you do all the descriptions together and read through it, it makes that poem just expands out. and then, did he do it one time? There's 9 clues. There's 9 clues, and there's 9 dimensions to break free of the grip of the earth to go to heaven. That's where the 9 clues in the Book of Thoth, the Emerald Tablets of Thoth, have 9 and 9, 9 and 9. The other thing, Thoth, his number, they say his number is 31. It's a powerful number. It's like, oh man, that's my birthday. and I could take my birthday and get 3 31s out of it. And my birthday is 3/31. So, it's like my numerology just kills it, So, so it's kind of like the chosen one. You're already destined. Your destiny was already determined, And like Forrest Fenn, his destiny was already determined. You know, he couldn't leave him on the forest floor in Laos. And so tired, I've done it tired, drained of strength and energy, fatigued often to the point of exhaustion. And now is got a good, you know, in the time immediately before the present. So if I said now, it's what I said just before, what I'm saying now. Because now just boom, already gone, boom. You've moved through time. That now is quickly becomes the past. But I'm weak, deficient in the usual required ingredients. So is used as substitute for a preceding, used as a substitute for a preceding clause. So hear me all, listen good. This is the substitute for the stanza before it. Used as a substitute for a preceding clause. You see, Sean, you know, that stanza is a substitute for the one before. And all is as much as possible. Did you know that all was as much as possible? As much as possible? No, that's everything. All is everything. No, the universe is everything. Having everything desired, good, is having everything desired or required. Content and not wanting or needing to do anything further. Not needing to do anything further. No. So listen good. So he's done tired. There's nothing further needed to do. Wow. So you know, but you don't get this deep into things until I don't know. You it's a fishing expedition. Yeah. I'm supposed to cut this off after Christmas. They could do a video and have some fun, and we can, you know, do the Colonel Sanders thing or something. Do the big mustache. I don't know. Oh, my head. See my lights surging? The generator getting low on gas. Or no, that's the generator. And the wind generator on the roof is making that gum, 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 gum. Because it's not going fast. It's interrupting with the other generator. So I got two things trying to charge her. Oh, yeah. I'm in Facebook jail, so now I go by I have an alias there in Facebook, so I use that one. I don't tell too many people what the alias is. Some have figured it out. Now we go, listen, give ear to. But I found the sculpture with the ear horn, and the skull, you know, and that's, so listen good. And I found the symbols for the stuff out there. But listen is give ear to good, give ear to good, which is give ear to having everything desired or required. Content and wanting, and somebody mentioned about contentment. Content or content. You know, contents of the treasure or the content. Those are two words that are, you know, too much alike. mean different things. Further, your or relating to you. of or relating to you. An effort is a serious attempt. A will, a legal declaration of a person's wishes regarding the disposal of his or her property or estate after death. And that's what it is. I think it's probably the winner. Their name goes in his will. That's it. It's whose name is going to go in this lot. Who's the replacement Indiana Jones out there? You know, who's the thrill of the chase, the thrill of finding that ancient piece on the ground, or in my case, there's giant monuments and I'm picking up more fans on my discovery, and there's like gonna leave the treasure fans in the dust. I'm gonna have more fans that are just interested in my discovery. You know, there's a lot of treasure hunt. If you had 95% of the treasure of the people looking for Forrest Fenn's treasure don't believe there's any symbology out there to help find it. There's got to be a symbology. You watching people, the Knights of Columbus or whatever, or the Knights of whatever, the ones that are supposed to have treasure hidden all over. You watch shows about that, and they're talking about the symbols on the trees and things, the markings on rocks and symbols on trees, and things that point the way to the treasure. And that's what serious treasure hunters use, is the symbology they find out in nature. I know some other guys that have been doing treasure hunting a long time, and they look for the symbology in nature, you know. And but I got a lot. Most people though, well, if Bill Gorman found it, then it's a joke. No, it's not a joke, man. It's really Forrest Fenn stuff out there. I got too many confirmation. I mean, the school teacher on the desk, the Model A cow, the pile of airplanes, and there's people in the guy in the cockpit and everything on the rock, you know. Now that one, he might have etched a little in there and put the guy in the cockpit. Maybe it was another pilot that found it and did that. I don't know. Somebody else saw it and thought. But I talked to locals. They see the stuff. They don't have a big collection of pictures of the stuff like I do. But gosh, Ed. Oh. My neck. I used to, before they gave me, I take quinine for autoimmune problems. I like lupus, something like lupus. They got Hashimoto's and pernicious anemia. I got a bunch of, you know, I'm finally going to see the right kind of doctor, I hope, next month, in about a month. So, but I take quinine, and quinine helps with cramps, and my muscles were always stiff. Don't do that. Bill, I'll be back for you. Okay, 42. Tesla spoke of 369, where 9 is the prime number. What do you think first stanza means? I'm going to go through this and see what I'll get to add the descriptions of all the rest of the words in the poem. I don't know if I will tonight because of my headache. And first of all, Forrest Fenn said that people are looking at this all the wrong way. All the troubles in the world when it's not far-fetched. All is positive determiner. The box is still there. Should be in the area that faces the river. Yeah. Yeah, it's not far from a river, um, but it's you know, it's it's not right at the rivers where people stop and take pictures. People stop and take pictures of the river. That's how he knew someone was within 200 feet. He recognized certain rocks. It's pretty hard to recognize certain trees because trees all look alike. Most of them do, but certain rocks you can recognize, or a certain creek. As you mentioned, it's not hard in caves or places. Is that? Yeah. Well, what's a cave and what's a cove? You know, when does a cove become a cave? It could be a cave goes deep in the mountain maybe, and there's overhangs. He said he'd look for Indian stuff there. There are no rattlesnakes in the area. 42. Not talking about caves. He was on some amazing structures. Do you always speak of symbols and pictures you find outdoors? Question. Do you believe that he hid pictures in his poem that are defined by the O's, and when you fill them all in? I don't know, but yeah, have anybody tried to follow the dot with the periods? Magic 8 Ball. Shake, shake, I will find the treasure. No, nobody's going to find the treasure. You got to earn it. and then whoever earns it, he's going to put their name on his will for the treasure. Their name goes in the catalog. This item number goes to, and he could have boxed it up in a wooden box and just left it right where it was. So nobody sees it, right? Yeah. Some interesting connecting the dots. Yeah, that's certainly a great subject. Yeah, connecting the dots. Some people don't try and connect the dots. You know, it's like I talk about one part of the solution. I haven't gone from beginning to end, going through the poem and what each thing is all the way through, not all at once. 42,000. I hate to disagree. I've seen them in person. As a long explanation, they are relevant to the treasure. I don't know what we're talking about. What's relevant? How so is a short answer. I just don't understand why people are not approaching this more. Approaching what I have been working on about rules of canasta group in 3/7 card. Well, there's some videos about it thus far. There is some, I don't know. There's lots of videos, but usually they're not bringing up what I bring. If Bill Gorman brought it up, we're not bringing it up. The journey is right away. The only structure you or anyone should be looking for is that of a listen here. The structure. Listen good. The structure comment is only related to the location of the treasure. There are structures in the path to the treasure, but the treasure is not next to one of them. It's not underneath the porch or the doorstep of some building or structure. But like the home of Brown, someone is, oh, the home of Brown's not a house. Maybe it's a ranch. Is a ranch a house? No. You know, so their home was Dallas. Wow, a whole city. They had a big home. Well, go to your Facebook page. What's your hometown? uh, you know, when he says that the treasure's not associated with a building, he's specifically talking about the location of the treasure, not the waypoints to get there. So, you know, that I just throw there that logic that you know that there's no structures involved in the. There are structures involved in it. There's machinery involved in it. If you're an architect, you have mechanical parts in your architecture. Who hangs a door without hinges? Warm Waters Halt at his feet. Yeah. Or Warm Waters Halt is where cold water begins. And so the beginning of the poem, the beginning of the rainbow is warm water. The end of the rainbow is cold water. It's an opposite end of the rainbow. It's you begin it where warm waters halt, you end it where cold water begins. And that's when it melts out of the snow. And also cold water begins is a time thing, going back in time to the ice age, to when warm waters halt 10,000 years ago. It was ice. It's about Clovis. The jars of cloves are Clovis people, not Pueblo people. Clovis. Cloves are important. Mammoths are important. You know, finding a Clovis point in the ribs of a mammoth, and like I found one. It's a 6-foot Clovis point, and I found several other. I found there's another one that's 10 feet, but it's not in the ribs of a mammoth. Well, yeah, there was a mammoth figure there too, but that one has a big tablet arch thing, and oh man, I gotta put some more stuff on my neck. Yeah, you know, when I do my videos, my main subject that I talk about, I kind of bring it up at the beginning, and then drift off into other territories. Butte, Montana. I've been to Butte. I lived in Billings for about 6 months, and buried in Starting Point. It's because it's nowadays black. Butte, Montana. Buried chest or cash of any kind without permission is illegal. And causes stipulations. Yeah, see, he wants somebody to find the landmarks that are out there hidden in plain sight. And if you can find them, and like when he crashed, oh, there we go. See, when he crashed his airplane, he had to take the 3 pictures. And the last picture he took was of his plane crashing into the side of a cliff, halfway up a 1,000-foot cliff. Boom! What did it do? It exploded and big blaze halfway up a 1,000-foot cliff. And he got a picture of it. I got a picture of the blaze halfway up a 1,000-foot cliff. That's where Moses is. He's the blaze. Forrest won't admit nothing because legally he can't. He's not allowed to. Because there's a contract, legal contract, and he has to abide by the rules that he made before the chase started. Pretty sure you could hike that chest farther than a lot of people going crazy. Well, when you think of distance, okay, could he hike it, or do you think he ran? You know, the further you go, the more you're going to have to run to get that 2 trips done in an afternoon. I'm stuck in the canyon down in high water. Shiloh commented something like, Don't doubt my granddad in the wild. Something like this. Yeah. Okay. It's like even my where Warm Waters halt. It's a 4.5 mile walk from the parking lot to the where Warm Waters halt. But you're starting where Warm Waters halt. And so you take it in the canyon down back to the parking lot that you already walked 4.5 miles to get to. So, but if you made 2 trips, that's 9 miles each trip. That's 18 miles. Anybody, go walk 18 miles in an afternoon. And, yeah, you know, report back on that. See how that went. He tells his story metaphysically with a poem and need to poem as a physical path. Yeah, it's a multidimensional. People haven't no research into Thoth. He has a Thoth statue from a tomb in Egypt. You know, thousands of year old Thoth statue. The Forrest, if I haven't won the treasure, can I have Thoth? I'll loan him to the Rosicrucians Museum in San Jose. It's out in the Butte. 42 miles south. Which is the most people that still look for this are looking for it in the most strange places. Well, I'm looking for it where I found figures, gods that he has mentioned on Dale's blog in his scrapbooks. He's mentioned Thoth, Anubis, Isis, Osiris, Moses, and I've got pictures of Thoth, Anubis, Isis, Moses, Enki, and you know, it's about the ancient gods and riding the light. Earn is correct. Earn, yeah, you got to earn it. And the other thing, he's telling you, you know, with cowboy punch, there's going to be a lot of people throwing punches at you and giving you shit for it, but he's not going to save you. My feet hurt after a 2-mile hike. Yeah, my back can't go to, you know. I did a 2 mile to it, 2 mile back, and because, you know, it was winter and the gate was closed and there was snow on it, I had snowshoes, and I, you know, when you're walking back, oh man, am I gonna make it? I don't know if I'm gonna make it. You know, that was only a 4-mile walk, and when I hiked up Mount Yale, the bottom of Mount Yale, there's a lake up there below Mount Yale, and I hiked up there, and I set my hammock up. I used my GPS, and I go, okay, 11,111 feet. It was all ones, 5 ones, and that's where I camped overnight. And I just strung a hammock up between a couple of they could have been pinyon trees. No, not that high, but you know, stubby pine trees. Bill, you're Forrest. You Forrest gut feeling? I was gut feeling. I think because when he's made that comment, and I told him I was going to take my art and take it to New York City and see if I can make some money on it. And then he changed it to, well, maybe not. But no, the gut feeling. The other gut feeling, when you're that old, you get a gut feeling you don't have much time left. Sometimes, you might get the flu, and it's like, man, you know. I was over at my son's today. It's funny. His son yelled at his daughter, or at my granddaughter. Yeah, but I was on the, and I was laying on it. I was on the recliner, and I closed my eyes for a second there. I was laying there, and my granddaughter goes, "Grandpa's dead." And my kid, John, yelled at her, don't say that. Marvel gaze. And I go, "I'm not dead yet." "I'm not dead." "Well, you will be in a moment." I will check your vids and probably comment there. Have you ever posted pictures in Google Earth? Oh, yeah. Those are some. I got a bunch of them on Google Earth. Well, they were on Panoramio, and some are get. I don't know if they moved them over to Google Earth. I got some pictures on Google Earth, yeah, where I was camped. I just saw her doing builds into something with Thoth. Yeah, Thoth he's there. That's why Forrest has it, because he found him here. That's why I gotta have a Thoth now, because I found the original. Thoth is the Atlantean who built the pyramids. He was the architect. Forrest said he felt like the architect. Thoth was the architect who comes back and lives one life after another. Thoth was, he was Thoth, and then he was Osiris, and he was Horus, and he was Jesus. Thoth is the one that keeps coming back and to guide humanity and stuff. I hear my I don't know what my wind gauge, my little wind cup things, one of the cups, it ain't spinning because one of them's missing. So I got another sensor coming. Hush whisper. He says you don't want the money, but where the chest is. Well, you don't know when someone's responsible to have them donate it to abused women. Somebody needs it. The money. If I find the chest, I'm not gonna sell it. I'll leave it to my son, my grandkids, whatever. After and I'll stipulate that they can't sell it. That because the treasure chest would make many times what it's worth being on exhibition. They pay you to exhibit it. I don't know. It just seemed you're super weird to me. Somebody, you're super weird to me. Yeah. Well, if like Moses were to time travel to today, you would think he was weird too. So you would think Jesus was weird too if he showed up today and started talking to you. He'd probably tell you some things that they never told you he talked about. Some people are just too judgmental, You're weird, or I'm weird. You're critical. You're overly critical, and when you're overly critical, then you can get into bigotry. Then so you don't want to be a bigot by being overly critical. Start a windmill or a solar factory. Yeah, I got room. I got 5 acres here. I could get quite a little solar farm, but the solar panels don't do you much good unless you have the batteries are what you need. The big thing. And what I would hear at a place like this, I would put the batteries in a underground room where they stay warm, because I got like 4 batteries inside my RV, and I got 2 that are in the step well, and one in the step well are exposed to the outside. And my son gave me some foam stuff, and I put it underneath, take the batteries out and put it underneath the batteries, and so that they get heat from inside, try and get it down on them. But otherwise, I need more of them, maybe lithium, but the ones when they freeze, the ones out in the cold drain the ones that are inside in the warm. Well, maybe someone will share based on what I've said, wishful thinking. Well, the meek shall inherit the earth. There you go. And no paddle up your creek, you're not going to get anywhere, right? You don't go anywhere. Put in is stay here. Well, that is all right where right where the gypsies are and stuff, where he says put in, so it went quite, and I didn't find, Thoth, these other things aren't there, but, and the school teacher waking him up at his desk isn't there, the other formations are all along you pull out at the roadside pullouts, and you see a lot of this stuff. And just get some good jobs. I get my, I think I'm way behind on these texts here. 8:51. 4 minutes. I'm 4 minutes behind on them. I'm a slow reader, and I don't have an assistant other than Togo. I noticed Troy's bird squawking. Togo doesn't do that. Troy's bird must have been around other macaws and stuff to learn to do that, because mine doesn't do that. Meek is afraid. I would like anyone to show me proof Forrest and Donnie met in a trip, newspaper clippings, police report. I give you $200. Okay, well, see, that's all up near Yellowstone, and that's a distraction. The 9 clues definitely by the hidden pictures. There's 9 clues. Yeah, there's multi-layered. It's 9 dimensions. 9 dimensions, 9 clues. The pictures lead you to the chest. And like I said yesterday or the day before, that there's ups and downs. Canyon down, paddle up. Find the blaze, look quickly down. So you gone down, up, down. And I would think that picture of Moses is the, and I got Thoth and Anubis, and he said had to take 3 pictures when he ejected. I wonder, has anybody asked another pilot what was the procedure if you eject? Were you supposed to take pictures? I'm sure he probably was, but you'd think it'd be somewhat. Well, automatic wasn't that automatic back then. They didn't have much automatic stuff then. I think it's a good find here in Australia. Whisper addicted easily to story of lover indulgence are no longer a purchase item from the church. Absolution, best percentage nice about Forrest Fenn while he's alive. Indulgences are no longer a purchase item from the church. For absolution, best to say something nice about Forrest. I haven't said anything not nice. I've said things. Reality is, if when even me, I'm 60, I don't, you know, you don't know when your end is coming. And when you're 88, you know you're a lot closer to it than you were when you were 35. And if you're 22, go jump off a cliff with a parachute, man. I will. Excuse me. Where's some to drink? Other tea should be hot. What's on the stove? You want me to go poke this shit out of a blue? Oh, if that keeps up, I'll have to end here. It's close to it. It's an hour anyhow. It's not Yellowstone, is it? Dino. Gargle with some tea. That's from not having anything to smoke today. My lungs are saying, "Give me some." Then it'd be a big cough. For yours, cane down, paddle up. Some of the stories in the book, they're all right. Nothing. I think most of the stories happened. He might have altered them a little bit. I don't know if he flattened Johnson's tires or not. What is that? End of the world. Aha! He's smart about the clues and time only. Jesus. Why his father is a principal. Oh, and he talked about the promissory note in the bank, but we didn't know the bank would be there that long and stuff. So he made it something that would resolve it at the end of his life, possibly. Picture of Thoth stone beak. Let me see. It's a GIF. Here we go. We want to see Thoth there. There's Thoth. There's the beak. See the beak? You see the fake fish? This is a fish. That's a fish. And what's this here? That's a rock. It's not the treasure. That's one that everybody, oh, Bill said he found the treasure. He didn't find it. Look at that. You know? But it wasn't it. The Thoth, this other rock, the stone, Thoth, and there's his legs. And there he is. And it was Vishnu that rode around on the bird. Vishnu and Thoth are the same guy. So you see there's a guy on his back here. He's got a face. His mouth is open and eyes. There's the head of the bird. There's the eye of the bird right there. But this fish in the box, I'm going to go to the bottom. That's the single only thing that keeps the story dangling for me. Why is he asking us to find the treasure returns? Then they can't. He get it himself. He claims he's got to do it the way he's doing it. To do it the way he's doing it, he had to write contest rules and all that and before any of this started, before any of you have afterthoughts of, you know, so what you think afterward, you can't change the rules that were already written. He can't violate the rules that were written, you know. He has to stick by with what he, you know, he'd done this with a lawyer, and maybe Doug was in on it maybe too, and Doug's probably an executor, or I don't know. He has to have an executor to his will, and I won't say who it possibly is. I shouldn't, but he's got, you know, anybody with an estate like his would have legal documents and to document it. You know, it has to in like Trump and what was she? I don't know, porn star or whatever. You know, she signed a thing saying, "I won't. You give me all this money, and I won't say a word about it." You know, and but that didn't happen. Obviously, she opened her mouth, and so she's in legal trouble for that. She has to pay the money back because she violated her contract. Why'd that just come on? Oh. I don't get it. I don't know why my power is going on and off, and because I got the generator running, it should be giving it plenty for my inverter to run my computer and the stuff here. But it's the wind, I think, generator interrupting it. Oh, supernova and others. Forrest, Fenn, his wife, and journalist that took the book photo. Sounds like an extortion. Extortion? He created the chase. He says he lives vicariously through the searchers, meaning because he can't go out and do it anymore. So the people going, or we're his avatars, basically, you know, reporting back to him and showing him, you know, things that he can't go look for himself. Maybe I found something he was looking for. Maybe he never, but I think he's seen this stuff before. That's why he posted Thoth and Osiris scrapbooks on Dale's vlog. He hit a chest, you guys. Yeah, he hit it. He could have hit it in a safe. You know, he could have hit it in a wooden box. He could have hit it. He says, I did hide it. Well, yeah, it's obviously someplace nobody else knows where it is. And that could be anywhere. It could be a bank. It could be in the trunk of the 35 Plymouth in Doug Preston's garage, and be taken up. The person will pick up the car with the treasure at the Denver Museum of History or Nature and Science. The other thing you look up is well, these museums have vaults that they keep things of in for the certain people with things of extreme value, and he talks about stuff going down in the basement of the museum. It could be in the basement of the museum in a vault, but you have to have the claim check from the executor of his will to go pick it up. I won't believe you if I told you. Time for you to go to. Okay. Bother anyone. There's definitely something going on because everything's. And thousands of people gone out there and haven't found a chat. I've found some art that is truly odd. Yeah, it's. He said success is an omnipotent guru. He said Leo Salazar is an omnipotent guru. Leo Salazar carved Moses, and he said that's where Moses received the 10 Commandments. Do you think he told Forrest that because he had this statue of Moses he just carved in his yard? Did you think that they received it in his yard? No, that's where, because Leo Salazar told Forrest Fenn where Moses was, and Forrest, and that's why where. I can keep my secret where. Where does he use the word where? And where does he use the word find? And where does he use the word give or stuff like that? Look, it's frozen time. It's about people are sitting there. The hung is about the rock, not his chest. The trove, my trove for all to seek. My trove. People don't. It's my trove for all. A trove is a collection of. Is an art trove. It's a trove of art. It's a trove of artifacts. Take the chest. Like that. He's, Oh, I found it. Yeah. His blaze is where his plane crashed into the cliff. Rocky Mountains, 825. Is that what it is? 9/11. It's 9/11. 9/11. Run! My trove for all to seek. These are the things I found, and I want to see if somebody else can find them. If someone else can find them, then they're that Indiana Jones guy I've been looking for. Is there anybody else that loves this stuff as much? I've turned it into, I got website, Mammoth Temples of Colorado. Well, my website's lookinhere.com. You didn't find it because you didn't look in here. That was my slogan I made up 18 years ago for my website. You didn't find it because you didn't look in here. And now I'm saying you didn't find it because you didn't look in here. Level 3. Moses is on level 2nd step of his stairs. And he's on the 2nd terrace of the Mammoth Temples there. It's not what we're searching for. It's what they are searching for. Yeah, they're looking for the treasure. I was looking for the trove. Now I was looking. I still go. You know, this is just still theory. You know, because I can't stop. I have to keep, you know, looking for the treasure. But and it's, well, these formations, you gotta go. You go hiking in the wood, and I take pictures. I try and get areas I haven't been to before, because I can find more of the trove, and I might find some of the other drawings. I've lined up other things on, but I think it's that you know, when you crash and you take that picture of the blaze, that picture of the blaze is your claim. And I've sent him pictures of the blaze. I don't think if I printed any of Moses posters. I got to print Moses on a poster, don't I? I do them on postcards. That's what I'll do. You think you have the truth? If you had the truth, you wouldn't lie about it. I see. Secretly, openly. But yeah, I don't know. You know, I can hope that it's a contest and I've already won, but I still continue to look for the treasure. Only one possibility of many. That's my knife. Ooh. I don't know. You all seen my knife here. I got extra silver chains because I got my granddaughter's these pendants, necklaces, but the pendants didn't come with a necklace, so I got like 5 sterling silver chains for $30. You know, it's like $6 a piece. So now I've got extra ones. I'm going to make my little tablets of Thoth with the laser. I got another laser engraver coming because the first one they sent me was a dud. The laser didn't light up. Back on the road. Yeah, and it's they said it was snowing when I got here, but there's really none on the ground. You know, it's like in your footprints. The wind blows it, and so the dirt and snow mix, checkerboard. But that's not up in the mountain. It's different. There were snow plows running and going over the pass to go see my son. I can't see him first with the flame. Let me say. Yeah, you know, yesterday there was so Joe Lewicki's. Joel know what the problem was with his moderator, and then his moderator came in and started, you know, message after message, back and forth thing, until Joel deleted. I don't know who deleted the message, but you know, the guy should have kept his mouth shut. Just so you know, sucked up and kept his mouth shut, because because I let Joel know nicely what happened, and then the guy came in and I'm like, you're a piece of shit, you know. Yeah, because like I say, when I see a piece of shit, I call it a piece of shit. The guy was somebody I didn't even know. Well, you know, if his name is Dave's not here, man. Dave's not here, man. You know, that's a freaking name. So yeah, so Joel come back to me, sent me a private message. I can't reply to him because I'm in Facebook jail. But I can see the message he sent, but I can't message him back. And the thing is, he probably wrote back to me again today because I probably got rid of the bastard. He's probably been removed from Facebook and not a moderator on Joel's page anymore. The maybe it was even Joel himself who had this fake name, you know? I don't know. But it was a fake, totally fake account. Fear is but an illusion. You scared? Hush. What? Oh, you're talking to Hush. You keep it simple, like he says, really works. Yeah. Fenn didn't do this hunt by himself. Simply think, elusive dream, and yeah, it's all a dream, and it's the omnipotent guru that can find Moses. That's success, is finding Moses. Knowing where Moses received the 10 Commandments is success. And I know that spot. So, it's nice that it's winter, and I still searched twice this last week, so. But every time I go up there, I expect to find more ruins, and I don't expect to find a treasure. I can hope to find it, but I don't expect to up there. I think it's going to be granted in his will or something. No, yes, on earth is not virgin anymore. There's 2 kings coming, not one. That's the biggest. 2 kings. Oh, yeah, the joke. How many? Oh, just cards. No, it doesn't deal you. Fate deals you 4 cards and a joker. So with 4 cards, it might be 4 pictures instead. But I already, shared my post that has Enki and 4 kings on it. 4 kings, and Forrest is the joker. That's I would have fixed that up. I'd send him a little meme. I'll make my own little meme of that. Yeah. Yeah. You listen to a false light. You talking to me, Hush? So yes, see, people just don't understand they don't know, they know nothing about the ancient stuff and archaeology and the ancient stories, the ancient kings, and the Atlantis and stuff. What's everybody looking for? Atlantis, right? Oh, it's you see documentary all over about Atlantis here, there, and everywhere else. Well, here's the evidence that this is Atlantis. The guy known as the Atlantean, his name is Thoth, and he's here. Who is Thoth? There's a thing called the internet. You go to Google and you type in Thoth, or on YouTube. You're on YouTube. Type in Emerald Tablets of Thoth. Listen to the Emerald Tablets of Thoth. There's many parts of what he says that is like, wow, Forrest got that part of the poem out of the Emerald Tablets of Thoth. Everything goes in circles. You do it over and over and over again, like Thoth did, lived over and over and over again. I'm not alone. No. There is. We're all on this prison planet together. No preaching. Tell us if what was that? Tell you past the present and future has been mind blowing. The Emerald Tablets. Yeah, they are. Armageddon has started. Most don't even know it. Yeah, he's gonna. This is gonna happen real. Thoth is gonna be returned. I don't know. Forrest is probably Thoth. Started 13,000 years ago. Yeah, this stuff's 13,000 years old. Builds into something with Thoth. The second is the sword when they strike that rock. Sure, sure has. Okay, so I had a look in the book. I'm sure some of those scrapbooks are in his Once Upon a While or Too Far to Walk. Bill, yes, why the caps, man? Oh, Wild Bill. Oh, okay. Yeah. Well, you know what? My son was asked my granddaughter why she used caps where she shouldn't, and it was like when I was in junior high school, I took drafting 1, 2, 3, and 4. I took 5 and 6 in high school, and everything is caps when you do drafting, and so I always write in caps. But typing is not necessary. Send a distraction. Same here. My computer, that I go to hit the A and I hit the caps locks, and also, oh well, if I accidentally typed it in caps, I'm not going to go retype it. I don't know that I put it in caps until I hit enter. There's stuff in my pictures, and it's the tree where that thoth is that I found. That tree is it's the biggest tree I've seen biggest round I've seen in Colorado. It's the tree of life, the tree of life. If you're braving in the wood, and you see that was it looked like a brave reaching into the roots of the tree when I first, the first image I got, and then I saw the bird later and the guy riding it, and I saw the legs. Oh, that's too far to walk, and I didn't put the bird with the legs together. My son did, and he says, that might be thoth, and yes, definitely is. Yeah, it could be 20,000 years old. We don't know how old this stuff is, but that sculpture of thoth, it's obvious that was constructed. That was made of concrete and rocks and whatever. It was made. It wasn't sculpted out of the rock. It was made that way. Many of them. That'll be the last thrill. Okay. Alice Wonder. Yep, I got pictures of Alice Wonderland's right above his train wreck. There, it's up on a tree next to the giant eagle head. And that eagle head could be Osiris. I'd like to go hike up there sometime. And you know what I think? Yeah. I could probably take people to Thoth for a price. Take people to, some of these figures, or Anubis and Thoth and stuff. Give a tour for a price. What do you think I should charge? Because if I show it to those people there, it's all in the treasure zone still, But I'm pretty sure I know that they're not going to find the treasure there because this area is so vast. I'm going to go change it, obviously. Yeah. Forrest is a good person. And those who hide behind him. Who's hiding behind for? Nobody hides behind for. Yeah. I mean, those other, Dale and Cynthia and none of them have any inside information. He said Peggy don't even know. Peggy used my playing cards. I don't know if muddy water in the hot tub. Yeah, muddy water is all the extra distractions That's the mud. Muddy the water is to the smoke and mirrors, fog the picture, muddy the water so you can't see it so clearly because there's distractions added in, like Yellowstone is a distraction. And if you go on Yellowstone or Madison River or places he mentioned, you're off. You're not right. That's unsubtle. That's unsubtle. It's not subtle at all. So 131, 31 is my number. You know that. I'm not. Would you like to get together? Because I know. I know you know now. Yeah, Bill. Well, I don't know which Wild Bill you are. You know, I've gone by Wild Bill too, and I can't say the other half of my nickname there. Maybe a quarter of the other half, but it was Wild Bill Big something. Yeah, that's what they called me. This is yeah. I was at a party a long time ago when I was probably 20. Yeah, and yep. I was in the backyard with a young woman, and we were pleasuring whatever, and her friend ran through the side glass door, and the whole party came out in the backyard and, so to say, caught us with our pants down. And they said, "Wow, it's Wild Bill Big." Yeah. I hooked up with another guy. Cause I got another group on Facebook, and it's for single RVers. You know, trying to meet somebody, and I got almost 2,600 people in the group. And this guy joined the group, and when they want to join the group, I look at their page, make sure they got a real name, a picture of themselves, you know, because I don't let people in my singles group that have fake names and don't have a picture of themselves, because I tell them no. Nobody wants to date a slug, you know. That picture. Nobody wants to date a slug. That picture of Jabba the Hutt. That's why we require pictures. You know, broken down with a white car. Yeah, my Bill, my email's Wabi Eagle, WABI Eagle EAGLE at gmail.com. Means white eagle. Oh, no, yeah, Jesus is coming. My my fifth great granduncle, he was known as Wabi Matahundo. This is the white devil. That's what the Abenakis called him. But he had Mohawk Indians on his side. The movie Last of the Mohicans has Rogers Rangers in it, and that's about my family. They were the Rogers of Rogers Rangers. My fifth great grandfather was James Rogers, and his brothers were Robert, Richard, and John. Richard died of smallpox, and he's aligned with the French, came down to Fort William Henry on Lake George, and dug up Richard Rogers dead body to get his long blonde hair scalp, and it's killed thousands of Indians because the guy died of smallpox. You don't want to touch that dead body, you know. So it basically, he you know, they call it Roger's revenge. That's what you get for digging up a dead body, you know. And they say, oh, the white man killed all these Indians, and it's like, wait a minute. The Indians gave the white man tobacco. How many white people have died from smoking the Indians' tobacco? Huh? How many people have died from that Native American tobacco? So, you know, it goes both ways. There's a positive and negative. We wouldn't exist. Like, without light and dark, nothing would exist. You know, because you have to have opposing. Yeah, try and start your car with just a positive terminal. You need the negative too, or you ain't going nowhere. You need the positive and the negative. It's a give and take. You know, the dark and the light kind of mix a little bit, or things wouldn't happen. So, but I'm done. That's an hour and 36 minutes. And Wild Bill, yeah, where'd Wild Bill go? You can email me, wabbyeagle@gmail.com. WABI. Yeah. So, have a good day, and think about that. Forrest Fenn's will is in the poem. Will is in the poem twice, actually, because there'll be is there will be. So it might be in there even more than I haven't looked, but yeah. And I'm gonna go through. My head's feeling better. I still feel kind of cloudy, but I get these headaches that usually, if I didn't have these, then I'd probably be thrown up by pretty soon, you know. But because that's how bad my headaches get, so bad that they have to reject everything out of my stomach. And they're gonna get they're put a camera down both ends. One camera in that end and one camera in the other end. Oh, no fun. What does the fox say? Vixens? Vixen? You ever heard of vixen? You ever heard of fox at night? It is a freaky, freaky sound. I was at my friend's place, and there was one outside my RV. It was like, it's a screech cry. Oh man, it's like something out of a horror movie. I don't have a problem with any religion. Yeah, that's why I had my brother. My brother tries to shove his religion down my throat. And I keep telling him, you can't teach me anything. I'm already enlightened. I already know what you're telling. I know, yeah, I know. You know, everybody knows about the Bible and what's in the Bible and what it says and all that. I don't need it preached to me. I share with you light, that is. Or run right, but you can't have it all. Yeah, the guy at Nikon told me that he said, you have an eye for light. And if I showed your slideshow to my boss, you'd have my job. I still don't work for Nikon. I haven't found out who his boss is to send a video. Hush knows too. Hush knows what? You know, who was joking around a cape or what? You want me to tell you who the 200-foot searcher is so you can go get in front of him? What he's joking about is you can't get in front of him. He's already won. You can't. I'm too far ahead. You can't catch up either. You know, you can't go, well, Bill Gorman said, oh, Bill Gorman already turned in his report. You can't, you know, the claim ticket's already been turned in. They're just waiting out the cold is it. Be big and show. Well, I'm done. Okay. Y'all have a good night. Thanks for watching. Happy New Year's. I don't have... I should go into town, you know, but Alamosa, I'd go in and it'd be a mariachi band, and I'd walk in a bar and it'd be a mariachi band or something, and you know, I wouldn't know where to go have a drink in Alamosa, where you, and like when I stopped in Albuquerque, go have a drink, I went down to Caravan, and yeah, met India. They showed this native guy, invited him back for try out my peace pipe, and he wanted to kill me, take my peace pipe. And then I stood up. I think he was maybe 5'4". Yeah, I found the stat. I got the feet of a 200 or probably 100-something foot statue, because these feet got to be like 15 feet long. So if his feet, like, I'm 6 times taller than the length of my foot. My foot's a foot. It's 12 inches. My foot's 12 inches. So, and I'm 6'1" or 6'2", somewhere in there. So 6 times the length. So 6 times 15 would make it 90 feet tall. It'd been a 90-foot tall statue where these feet are, and I was like, oh, I gotta go look around and see if I can find his head and his arms and the different parts of it, and maybe reconstruct what it used to look like, maybe. Hey, Holly, you just getting here? I was just signing off. Yep. Yeah, Bill. Hey, Bill, my kid has I told him you could weld his little steps that go from his kitchen down to the living room, and there's the metal rails and the little plate that goes on the floor, and it's broken off right there. Needs welded. So, yeah, I told Chris, I said, Bill can weld that. Dang, it had been on a funeral duty today. Yeah, well, yeah, funeral. Speaking of funeral, yeah. So it's basically what the subject of this was is the word "will" in the poem is there twice on there'll be there'll you know, apostrophe LL. That's for the word "will," and there will be no paddle up your creek. The will is in there. Will, yeah, will with WILL, not well. But there is Rockwell. Rockwell. Rockwall. I heard about something about Rockwall. And I was down there when they had that big tornado that came through December 26th of 15. I was down there when my grandson was born. And, yeah, too many burritos for dinner. Oh, okay. Well, do you have your poopery? Rockwell hardness scale. Rockwall. Yeah, my ancestors are from Rockwall County or Rockbridge County, Virginia. The Walkers. There's Walker's Creek there. It's named after my ancestors. And they're the same Walkers that are related to the Bushes. So he's a cousin. John Kerry's a cousin. My sixth great-grandfather is like his fifth great-grandfather. Secrets of the secret untold. Yeah. Okay. Well, I'm done. I don't want to keep going 2 hours. We'll see you. Have a good night. Happy New Year. Probably see you before then.